Hi everyone, this is Niki Rowland and today I have a layout for Hip Kit Club and I am using the September 2021 kits and I'm also inspired by the Moodboard. Now it's got pumpkins, apples, flowers, books, trees, so lots of lovely things on there. There's also colour paint swatches yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely mood board. I love the colours. I love all the images. It's wonderful things to work with. So I've decided to go for pictures of pumpkins for obvious reasons, because obviously that's on the mood board. So that is the first element on the mood board ticked off for sure. This is my little boy, well, he's my middle boy, laying in the pumpkin patch with millions of pumpkins. Yep, he is, that's definitely that part of the mood board ticked off. I love the colour of this paper. So this is, I believe, a Pinkfresh Studio paper that is the crosshatch on one side. I love that kind of subtle pattern and that really lovely kind of golden colour on the other side. I decided that I would quite like to include a paper fold on this layout, and I was looking at doing a triangle shaped one, but I didn't like the look, so I just actually kind of just messing around kind of turned it over sideways, yeah, I like it, and it also reminded me of the book spines that's on the mood board, so that works well. So I'm just going to use that whole sheet of paper and fold that over, get that in place, distress the edges, trim down slightly, and then get that stuck in place. And that gives me a nice place to put my my photo, gives me like a focal point. And also on another sheet of that exact same paper, I've also fussy cut out all the leaves and foliage from the other side. Now, yeah, I really love those leaves. There were quite a lot of them. It did take quite a while to fussy cut them all, which is why I did it off camera. But they make the most amazing foliage cluster. So, and as there's lots of leaves and trees and things on the mood board, I thought that would work well. I've got all of those, as say, cut out. They are going to go to the right hand side of my photo, and I'm just going to add a little bit more interest to my fold over piece on the right hand side. So I have a torn section of black and white paper, and then I'm also going to add some orange as well in just a moment. I wanted to bring in the orange a bit because of the orange in the photo and on the mood board, the pumpkins. So I've just felt that I needed to bring a little bit more orange in. So I'm going to do that in just a moment because it is looking still a little bit plain there. So also just going through the embellishments and trying to pull out some bits and pieces that will work with this layout. I wanted to bring in some of the orangey colour. There's not a huge amount of orange in this kit. There is some, but not loads. In the Pinkfresh Studio items, it's more of a rusty colour, but that works. So I 100% liked that and decided to pull that through. So the rust was absolutely my go-to colour. So look at those beautiful leaves that I just put in there. Anything black and white you would generally go. I'm going to continue to add that goldy colour that you can see prominently on the background. Leaves and rust-coloured bits and pieces from Pinkfresh. So I've also added a chipboard frame behind the photo, and my photo is also mounted on the orange striped paper. That's the paper that I'm going to bring through and add to the background as well in a little while. But for now, I've just mounted my photo on it and distressed the edges. It's not giving off a huge amount of orange feel because there's not enough of it on show. So that's why I feel like I needed to bring a bit more of that in a bit later on. Picked up on the frame behind the photo has little blue flowers on as well as that rusty coloured leaves. So I thought I could bring in some blue to the layout as well. That would work. So I've pulled out some blue foliage from the Pinkfresh Studio pieces. I'm going to add as well some fussy cut bits and pieces. So apples in particular, I've got a whole bunch of those already cut out from previous layouts. I'm a bit obsessed with those apples. I can't leave them alone. And like I said, I keep adding more and more foliage from Pinkfresh Studio. Yeah, just kind of build up that massive cluster on the right-hand side. I'm liking how it's looking, although I do feel that it's now currently a little bit too big and slightly overpowering. So I'm going to have to do something about that and make that a little better. I think I just need the shape to be a bit better. So I've just moved all of it down a little bit and kind of tried to make it have a focal point. and just spray out from one point, and that's worked a lot better. I'm much happier with how that's looking. Okay, so I'm just continuing to add things. I need to go and get everything stuck in place and stuck down, and then carry on adding bits and pieces. So going through the chipboard flair right now, and finding puffy flowers and chipboards and more chipboard frames and more ephemera. I love that little washi tape ephemera that says "so grateful for this." That's going to go on there. And I've got some puffy flowers in there. I don't know what I'm doing really. I'm just just going through the kit. I love doing that. I love going through the kit and pulling out the bits and pieces that will work, and tucking them all in. Okay, so I moved on a little bit now. Everything is stuck in place. I have also added the orange to the side of the torn bit on the right hand side, so you can see that that's now looking a bit more orangey. I've got my fussy cut apples in there. I've done lots of machine stitching around the background and the other bits as well, and through the leaves too. So that's looking good. Just adding a few splatters of that beautiful orange shimmers paint that we got in this month's colour kit, and I had a few rogue splatters, so I've just dabbed some of those off that had gone into the wrong place. I think that's me pretty much done. I just wanted to add a title using those lovely exclusive phrase stickers. And there was one in just the perfect mustardy colour that says "the best." So I've just added that to the top right of the photo. And I'm also going to add some enamel dots as well. So I quite often forget about enamel dots. I've just added those. I must have done that off camera. Sorry about that. But right. So that's all done now. So I hope you have enjoyed this layout. It's come out really well. I really enjoyed using the mood board for inspiration. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you will receive the main kit at a reduced price, 15% discount off all add-on kits, and access to exclusive cut files. So, thank you very much for joining me today. Do check out the mood board, and I hope it inspires you. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.